Zodiac message. We're going to figure out what Spirit wants us all to know. Right now, we're going to start with Aries. We're going to close off with Pisces. So, welcome in, everybody. Let me know you're here. Hit me up in the comment section down below. Today, this week's live, we are going to pull in with the Star Codes Astro Oracle deck to start. I did grab the Archangel Power Tarot cards to get a message from Tarot. And then we're going to close it off with a Spiritual Journey Oracle message for everybody. Oh my God, look at that soul awakening. So this is where we're at, guys. This is exactly where we are at collectively. There is a massive global awakening happening right now. And so you might feel that there's all of this higher conscious energy coming in. You might be grounding in a lot of light codes in the energies right now. And so I've heard from several people the energy is buzzing, buzzing, buzzing. So let's get into it, guys. I'm going to put that one back in here. We'll put it back in. We'll see if it comes out again. But we're going to start off with Aries. And we're going to get a message for Aries to start. This one feels good. Look at that root. This card was prominent in a reading that I did earlier this week. I think it was connected to Virgo. So Aries, pay attention to where Virgo is at in your chart, but there is some type of deeply rooted pattern here that I think needs to be addressed when it comes to a challenge. And so you could have some deep, deep roots here with almost like a Knight of Cups energy. Not a fan of that Knight of Cups energy. Most of you know I'm not a fan of the Knight of Cups. So I just feel there's something about an immature love offer or somebody here that needs to grow up emotionally. You could be dealing with that person, but let's get to the root of the matter, world. So there is a successful completion here for you, Aries, when it comes to a negative, repetitive pattern. And so close the book. Close the book on the past. There is an ending here for sure. So I think you're at this point where a lesson is coming full circle when it comes to some type of Knight of Cups energy that you've been dealing with. And so you're in a massive portal right now of spiritual growth and receiving some type of insight. So what else needs to go along with that for Aries seeker? So the seeker energy, I always feel the seeker energy is connected to karmic debt 16. I don't know why I feel that, but that's what I feel. And so you might have recently gone through a tower in order to complete a cycle with somebody. But this is where you kind of tap into that yearning for deeper knowledge. And so the seeker energy is also, to me, connected to the high priestess. And so it's really time for you to find the deeper meaning in the lesson, to find the deeper meaning in your life, and to embrace this portal of spiritual growth. So I feel, Aries, you've probably recently been uprooted, and now you are ready to complete a cycle and to have a brand new beginning. So that's what I got for Aries. We're going to move on to Taurus next. Messages for Taurus. Gemini. So you could be dealing with a Gemini. You could have prominent Gemini in your chart, but it's a 3-card Taurus. And so that's the energy of the Empress. And so I just feel like you're a busy bee. It's time to get to work. It's time to be a busy bee and get to work. And the cross-pollination to me is about alchemy. I feel that's about alchemy. I would like to read out of the book. This card's come out quite a bit. And as you guys know, I do read the cards intuitively. But there could be a situation here for you, Taurus, that is a little bit more complex than you realize. And so be willing to dig in to see the truth of a situation. And so there's something here that is adding depth to your conscious journey. And so there's a gift here. I think you're opening up your mind. And it says universal siblinghood. And so we are on the path to grow a tribe, to come together as a tribe. And so there's something about gaining equilibrium in your soul for you, Taurus. And so there could be somebody coming forward and expressing their feelings that have been unexpressed maybe for like the last 3 years. Let's get another message for you. Oh my God, 8 of Gabriel in reverse. So if you've been dealing with some type of blocked communication, Taurus, there could be a great deal of messages coming. I think sudden, unexpected, important communication is coming for you. And what do we got here? We get spiritual places. So I think you're encouraged to retreat right now, to retreat. I also feel too, with the cross-pollination energy, you are encouraged to connect with like-minded souls. You are in some type of rejuvenative portal. And so really align the mind, the body, and the soul, Taurus, because I do feel there's going to be unexpected important communication coming, and you're going to need to get grounded. Another interesting tidbit. I don't know where you're from. I know where I'm from. Most of us are from southwestern Ontario in the group, that I know for sure. But the bees right now are awful. They are awful because of the cold weather. But there could have been a recent event, or not so recent event, where maybe you felt like you got stung by somebody, and maybe that's the person coming in with unexpected communication. It doesn't have to be, but you are encouraged to just keep connecting with like-minded souls. Maybe it's time for you to step into being some type of empress or queen bee and call in your own tribe. So we're going to move on to Gemini next. Messages for Gemini. Uranus. There's some change on the horizon for you. And so Uranus is retrograde in Taurus. And I just got off the phone before jumping on the live with a Divine Feminine. And I'm pretty sure she said Uranus is retrograde at 27 degrees. And so key 27 in the tarot is the Ace of Wands. I also feel a Knight of Wands energy coming through with this change. And so there could be rapid, unexpected movement forward. Let's see what else needs to go through with this change. Look at that Ace of Ariel, the Ace of Coins. So this could be, Gemini, an unexpected windfall. There could be new resources of money unexpectedly coming onto your path that are going to support this change. And so there could be a change in job, there could be a promotion, a spiritual promotion, but get ready for some change. So pay attention to where Uranus is sitting at in your birth chart and what it's aspecting Gemini, because I think there could be like some really unexpected good luck coming forward for my Gemini collective. And so spend some time alone. Spend some time alone. So allow quiet introspection to wash over you. There is a need to kind of disconnect from the busyness of your life. And so when we go through upheaval and change, rapid, unexpected change, we do kind of have to take a step back and retreat and spend some time alone. And so introspection is what is being called, especially if you have been trying to manifest some type of an abundant new beginning. But I do feel unexpected influx of money coming in for my Gemini collective. Okay, we are going to move on to Cancer next. So messages for Cancer, please. North Node. You are going through some type of North Node activation. You don't have to be a Cancer North Node. Keep in mind, though, this could be for any major Cancer placement: Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter, and North Node. And so there could be some type of expansion here. I actually feel an Eight of Wands energy. And so you could be receiving an influx of downloads, an influx of divine inspiration, divine messages from your guides. And so this is all about stepping into the future. There is a need to release the past. And so we do have a full moon eclipse coming in Pisces. And so this could be connected to Pisces South Node. It doesn't have to be, but there's a need to release some type of pattern, I feel, of martyrdom coming through. So what else do we got here for Cancer? Oh, we got Knight of Wands in reverse. And so there could have been an unexpected release. The Knight of Wands reverse, I just feel there's a need to find your confidence when it comes to stepping into a new timeline, when it comes to stepping into the future. I do feel now is not really the time to take action, but there is like this cause and effect energy going on is what I feel. And so you instinctively kind of just know things is what's coming through. And so it's time to be courageous. It's time to find your enthusiasm to step into that karmic path, to step into that karmic mission. So what else does Cancer need to know? Oh, soul alignment. And we had one that kind of just slushed to the side, so we'll take it. Look at that transformation. Cancer, you are in this energy of shedding. So you're shedding an old way of being. You're shedding relationships out of your life. You're shedding all kinds of external factors right now, so you can step into your highest purpose, that North Node energy. And so what needs to leave your life as part of this transformation in order for you to step into your highest timeline? And so there is a lot going on here for you, Cancer, when it comes to integrating your purpose. There might be a lot of things happening all at once, but you got to trust that this integration is allowing you to step into your most authentic self. So you are getting a major, major North Node activation, and I feel like I need to sneeze, so it might be about speaking some truth for you, Cancer. Okay. Leo. Messages for Leo. Cancer. You could be dealing with a Cancer. You don't have to be. I feel a very prominent masculine energy coming through for you, Leo. And so somebody here I feel is like in their shell, and maybe they're playing hardball, but there is this energy of a big softy below the surface here. And so something about home, there could be a home situation that needs to be addressed with a Cancer, Leo. Let's see what else we got here. We get the Nine of Cups. So the Nine of Cups is about wish fulfillment. And so there is a need to really immerse yourself in some type of truth here. So we all have the ability to make our dreams a reality. So you might be stepping into a really joyful time in your life, Leo. I would like to read the Four card. And so be aware. There could be some type of psychic pool that you're swimming in. Cups are pool energy, water energy. So you might feel like you're being tossed all about in some deep, deep emotions here. And so there could be underlying anxiety about going towards wish fulfillment. That's quite possible. But there's something about finding your backbone here. So what do we got here? Catalyst. Okay, you could be dealing with a Cancer that is serving as a catalyst. There is a major redirection happening for you, Leo, when it comes to your path, when it comes to your purpose. And so whatever challenging energies that you're sifting through, that you're dealing with, you are being called to refocus. Stay focused on the prize. Stay focused on wish fulfillment. And maybe you do kind of need to retreat into your shell in order to figure something out here. But you could be dealing with a Cancer that's serving as a catalyst to point you in the right direction. But I do feel there's going to be a very challenging energy that you're going to have to work through in order to refocus on keeping your eyes on the prize. Okay, we're going to move on to Virgo. Virgo next. Messages for Virgo, the Descendant. And so you are invited to descend into the 7th house. And so the Descendant is the 7th house. The 7th house is all about one-on-one relationships. The 7th house is the house of marriage. It's the house of partnership, but it's also considered the house of the fall. And so I don't know about you, but I know I'm a Virgo moon, and I'm a 7th house Virgo, and my moon sits in my 7th house. And so I am my own worst enemy when it comes to that 7th house. Let's go a little bit deeper here in the book, and we'll read into the Descendant, because I think you're being challenged. Where have you been giving your power away, Virgo? I feel you've been giving your power away, and so maybe there's somebody here where it's just not working well. You can't work well together. But it's almost like you feel like there's something missing inside of yourself. And so there's a need to kind of tend to the heart. I feel like it's time to go inward and tend to your heart. There is some type of relationship cycle here that I feel is being cleared, and you are in a major portal of healing. You're going to have to nurture yourself, Virgo. This is all about self-responsibility, because you are in a major portal of evolution, especially when it comes to personal relationships. So I don't know if somebody here has made you feel disempowered. Yeah, but there's that Lovers in reversed. And so maybe somebody made a choice and they chose a different direction. And maybe you thought you had some type of commitment with this person, but there's some type of deep emotional uprooting going on here. And so the power of love is really the power to love yourself. So maybe there's been an unexpected departure with a King of Cups, possibly a King of Cups, a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, doesn't have to be. But I do feel you've gone through some type of upheaval in a relationship here, maybe with a Gemini, and this is a roadblock. This is something that you are being called to overcome, a hurdle that you need to overcome. And so maybe this rejection was actually a form of divine protection in order for you to find an alternative path or an alternative solution. But I do feel there's been some type of separation, or there's going to be a separation with somebody that you thought was some type of soulmate or lover. But I just feel it's kind of time to lay down a long-standing burden for you, Virgo. Okay, let's move on to Libra. Messages for Libra. Look at that. Venus, the beloved energy, Libra. That is your energy, the world. I do feel you're completing some type of cycle of growth. I feel like you're just flourishing is really what it feels like for you, Libra. And so you could be a divine feminine is what it feels like. But I feel this is about some type of twin soul connection, or maybe laying down a burden connected to twin soul. And so you are being asked to lighten your load. Lighten your load, lighten your heart, close out a cycle, complete some type of lesson here. And so maybe it's time for you to just take a step back and relax. Maybe it's time to lighten your load and stop working so many hours, working so hard. Don't resist the path. I feel like you're trying too hard to accomplish a goal and it keeps eluding you. So trust that you are a divine feminine. You are not here to chase, you are here to attract. And so take a step back and really listen to that intuition of yours. And so you can have a gut feeling about, having a heavy load. And so you always know what's best for you, Libra. And so really feel into this. Really trust your intuition. If your intuition is saying, hey, take a few days off, take a step back, relax a little bit, then trust that gut feeling, because I do think you're coming into some type of flourishing energy. But there's one last hitch here. There's one last burden that kind of needs to be released. And if you see on this 10 of Wands, like the angels are saying, hey, take a break, go into your cave, go into your own little cave, your own little world. And don't worry about pleasing others. Don't worry about everybody externally to you, because they're still going to be there after you take this little hiatus and focus on nurturing yourself. Okay, Scorpio, let's get some messages for Scorpio. I hope I didn't miss anybody. Look at that. 9th house exploration, Scorpio. I feel massive 7 of Cups energy. I feel massive disillusionment, almost like a cognitive dissonance. Like you are questioning everything right now. That's what it feels like for my Scorpios out there. And we get the 4 of Wands. Questioning your beliefs, maybe about marriage, about commitment. There could be a burdensome situation that you need to release yourself from when it comes to this deep dive. It's like going into the labyrinth of the mind. Let's read up on that 9th house card a little bit deeper, because that 4 of Wands is saying it's time for celebration. But there's also this energy of you got to put in the hard work and release yourself from a situation that is a burden. And so there might be some type of breakthrough here, especially when it comes to a family situation. What I heard was familiarity. And so oftentimes we will go into relationship cycles because it feels familiar. It doesn't mean that it's good for us. And then we get wrapped up in some type of commitment that turns into a very heavy burden. Because of the familiarity that we had with this person. And so it might be difficult to reconcile a certain situation here that you thought at one point in time was maybe a twin soul or something of the sort, but you are being asked to broaden your perspective, widen your perspective, to expand your world. And so there's many beliefs in the world. You also are being encouraged to explore your inner world. So what do we got here? We got the signs and we got the synchronicities card. And so interesting. I had another divine feminine early this morning send me a video clip of I forget the 2 people that were on the live on Facebook, but it was all about God coincidences and synchronicities and the metaphysical realm. And so the universe is always communicating with you, Scorpio, through the metaphysical realm, usually through numbers, because numbers hold frequency. And so pay attention to the number patterns and the frequency that they embody, because they are holding a deeper meaning for your life when it comes to this this exploration. But I do feel like this cognitive dissonance for you, Scorpio, when it comes to 2 deeply rooted beliefs. I do think it's about family. I think it's about marriage and commitment. So marriage isn't for everybody. I just want to say that. But I do feel you're mastering a lesson. So have a deeper look. Have a deeper look and release yourself from something that I think has kind of run its course. That's what I got for Scorpio. Okay, Sagittarius is next. I heard my laundry go. Sagittarius. We get Mars, and so this is Aries energy. There is something here encouraging you, Sagittarius, to take a leap of faith. You're holding the sword of truth. This is the sword of truth. And so some truth might be coming to light for you, Sag. And this truth might be very, very triggering, but it's going to allow you to cut through something that I feel has created a lot of baggage in your life. And so the sword's energy cut through illusions, cut through confusion. And I think once this truth comes to light, it's going to shatter something when it comes to an illusion. And there could be a lot of sacred rage coming through here. So let's go a little bit further here. And so this is saying, yeah, there is anger here. So Sagittarius, there is some very warlike, belligerent anger coming through. And you got to keep your head held high because this could lead to some type of downhill fall. So stop for a minute. Think about your next move and do not let anger fuel you when it comes to a decision, because the energy is saying, hey, if you manifest something out of anger, it's going to create a lot of difficult situations for you. And so there is a dangerous situation here that I think you might need to protect yourself from. But this is also the energy of courage and strength to take action. I feel this one. Look at that. The Six of Cups in reverse. So yeah, there's some type of truth coming out, Sagittarius. And so this truth is really highlighting some type of deeply seated inner child wound. The Six of Cups reversed is a separation. It's a relationship coming to an end, coming to a close. It could be with your children. It could be with a parent. It could be with your friends. It could be with a lover. It could be with anybody, really. But the Six of Cups reverse is saying there is a deeply rooted pattern here that needs to be severed, that needs to be broken free from, in order for you to maybe rekindle your relationship with yourself. And what do we get? We get the void. And so, yeah, there's a severing here. And so when we break free from a certain cycle or a certain childhood pattern or a certain relationship, whether it's friends, work, family, there's a gap. You got to go into the void. And so that's what the Fool does. The Fool jumps into the void. The Fool doesn't know where he's going. The Fool just knows, hey, I'm done with that lesson. I'm starting a new lesson here. And so there's something working beneath the surface here for you to shift your perception about a relationship. And so what can you just do to let it go, to let it be? Because this is about healing your inner child. And there could be a deep-seated father wound here that has kept repeating in all of your relationships that needs to be brought to a close so you don't keep going through these separations within romantic relationships. So maybe you're working on rekindling your relationship with your father or something of the sort. It doesn't have to be, but I feel you're in like the void. You're in a very dark void where you're not sure what's next. So just let your energy be in that void because you're holding the truth. And so the truth is setting you free here, Sag. And I don't know where you're going next. And I just think you just need to trust in the unknown at this point in time. So Capricorn is going to be next. Messages for Capricorn, 11th house, 9 of Cups. Interesting. I'm an 11th house Capricorn, to be honest. And so there's something about being guided by spirit. And so if you look at this 11th house card, Capricorn, you see, I always feel like the masculine hand, the feminine hand, and whether you consider this the hand of God, or there's 3 different people in this card, 3 different hands. And so I'm really not a fan of the dark hand here. I'm not a fan of the shadowy energy. There's a shadow energy coming through, and there could be this energy of a third energy coming between 2 people that are meant to work together in some type of community efforts. I feel 9 of Cups, though. And so 9 of Cups can go both ways. It can mean wish fulfillment. It can also mean overindulgence. So let's read the 11th house card. The 11th house really is your community mission. It's your path. It's where you find your village. It's where you find your tribe. And so if you are in 11th house Capricorn, there could be an upheaval when it comes to a social group. But this is about group mindset. And so separate yourself from a group mindset, especially if you don't want to go down that path. There's something about you can no longer avoid the work here as well, Capricorn. Pay attention to your 11th house. You could be a Capricorn rising. Pay attention to your 11th house. This is about building a strong community social group. And so you might find your whole social world getting upheaved because this is about a new collective mindset. And so Really consider your friendships. Are they spiritually deep or are they superficial? There might be a need to reevaluate your social group and disconnect from some darker energy. But we get the death card in reverse, clarifying that. And so there is a need, I feel, to release the past. And so there's something more enriching coming for you in the future. And so I don't know what this past is for you, but you got to let go and you got to let God and you got to trust that if something has come between you and another, that was meant to happen. I do feel you're kind of coming back to life. The death in reversed can go two ways. It could be clinging to something that needs to die away, or it can be bringing yourself back to life. And so, Scorpio energy, you could be dealing with a Scorpio. You could have prominent Scorpio in your birth chart, Capricorn, but it's time for you to step into the future and to come back to life and look at that karmic lessons. So you are completing probably a very painful karmic lesson. And so I don't know what this experience was, but this was in order to resolve some past life karma, some past life experiences, so you can step into growth. You can fully come back to life. And so I almost feel like the world energy coming through. And so you're reaching some type of spiritual enlightenment, some type of completion. And so release the past, release what needs to die away, and bring yourself back to life. Complete the lesson, learn the lesson, and turn it into an opportunity for growth, Capricorn. Okay, Aquarius is up next, and I feel this one, fourth house, the home energy. And so there's a prominent two of cups coming through here. There's something about the home, the fourth house. It's ruled by Cancer, Aquarius. So I don't know if you're a fourth house Cancer or not. And so the Two of Cups can go both ways, right? And so there is something about dealing with something here. You might want to prepare to deal with something here. It's almost like you hid from a lesson, or you hid from something. And so pay attention to your surroundings. I do feel there's a project here or something. Existential homesickness. Existential homesickness. And so there might be a big decision here on the home front. Look at that, 10 of Michaels in reverse. There could have been some type of very painful situation that ended connected to a home situation. Feeling the cat for sure. And so there was like a final ending. I just feel you're finally going to be free. You're finally going to be free from some type of very painful separation. If you look at this Ten of Swords, you got the two swans on it, right? And so swans actually mate for life. I'm a firm believer, this is why I've never been married, that marriage is a commitment for life till death do you part. But I also am a believer in divorce, don't get me wrong, because if two people are not meant to be together, then go your separate ways. But I do feel there's been some type of separation when it comes to a committed partnership here or marriage. And so allow the finality of that ending when it comes to a Two of Cups or a home situation to melt away, because I do think there's going to be a new opportunity for happiness. And so the Ten of Swords in reversed is saying put past to bed. Put the past to bed, let it go, step back into the light. And what do we close that off with? Yeah, so there's a very triggering situation here. And so this could have been a test, this could have been a lesson. And so there's some type of very karmic pattern here connected to the home. And so if you think of the fourth house, though, it's very deep roots. It's not only connected to the roots with our own ancestry, it's connected to the collective roots of whatever your fourth house is. And so there's something about addressing negative repetitive behaviors and patterns that need to be corrected. But this is like the final release of some type of betrayal, I feel, for you, Aquarius. And then we're going to move on to Pisces. Messages for Pisces. Okay. All right. We get Aries. And so that's so interesting. Pisces is the last and Aries is the first. And so this is all about taking action. I do feel this is all about manifesting your dreams. And so they want me to mention we have Pisces, energy. We've got Neptune in Pisces. We got Saturn in Pisces. And so these energies are going to be moving into Aries next. So we're closing out a very heavy collective energy of Pisces, which is the energy of self-sacrifice, the energy of martyrdom. It's the energy of the infinite, right? It is the energy of the infinite. And so when we complete the energy of the whole zodiac, we're right back at the start. And so there's something about needing to take action towards your goals. There could be some anger here. I do feel a very strong masculine energy. And so when you're in a hurry, when you're rushing, Pisces, that is when accidents happen. And I had a conversation with a good friend of mine. It's been a while, but they want me to mention it. I had this conversation with a friend before she went on vacation last month, and I said, hey, she was rushed because she had a couple days to get packed to go on vacation, and she was rushing. And I said, hey, listen, slow down. When you rush, things get out of control very quickly. Take a step back, center yourself, Pisces, and slow your roll, because everything always gets done in time. Everything always seems to work out. But you got to proceed moving forward with a little bit of caution here, Pisces. And so summon the courage to just begin. Feel the flowing energy of your life force and just begin, because I do think you are beginning a brand new cycle here. Yeah, and this is about truth, honesty, integrity, taking principled, rational action. And so I think you've got a lot of wisdom here, Pisces. And there might be a very important conversation coming. There's a situation here that just calls for honest, open communication. So stay in your integrity as you take action towards whatever goals or achievements that you're headed towards. And let's do this one. And find your truth. Doesn't that just go beautifully with that King of Michaels? And so the King of Swords, this is about finding your truth. This is about speaking your truth. This is about shining a light on that truth when it comes to something deep down in your heart and your soul. And so maybe you were misguided. Maybe you've been lied to. Maybe you've been swindled and you've been bamboozled by somebody in the past. But find your ambition to stay in your integrity and to take action towards what it is that your heart and your soul desires. And that's what I got for you, Pisces. So let's get a general message for all of us. I'm going to grab 2 cards out of each pile, and let's get just a general message. What do we all need to know right now? We're going to grab 2 cards. Look at that. We get Capricorn and we get the trine energy. So I'm being shown the Wheel and the Queen of Swords. And so this is about allowing yourself to go towards your aspirations. There is some type of beautiful alchemy going on here. It says symbiosis on the card. And Capricorn is all about your achievements. And you think about the Capricorn energy, it's the goat. And so a goat can climb a mountain. A goat doesn't give up. So find your strength to stop and really realize, like, you can't give up. You got to keep going. And so the trine energy is saying there's some type of alchemy going on here. Let's get 2 of these out and let's see. 3 of Gabriel, 4 of Ariel. Do not hold yourself back from taking action towards your goals, towards your achievement. So the 3 of Wands is all about making wise plans, taking action towards those wise plans. It's just time to take the next step on your spiritual journey and trust that your plans will turn out exactly as expected. So don't hold back. Don't hold back your truth. Don't hold back the achievements that you want to go towards, because when you are resistant to change and you're resistant to taking action, or you're resistant and, well, hey, maybe I don't have a lot of money to go down that path. You need to remember, when you give your time, when you give your energy, prosperity will always come back. So when you give, you receive. So let's get 2 more of these messages out. Look at divine plan at work and presence. And so you don't have to know all of the answers. You just have to trust that things will unfold in divine time. And I know that can be a triggering thing to hear, and it triggered me for years. Divine timing, but it's true. The divine has a higher orchestrated plan than you do. And so there's always going to be more meaningful long-term results when you allow the divine to unfold the plan right in front of you. And so what I've learned is they can't show you your whole path and in one great big shebang, or you wouldn't step into your purpose. If they showed you the whole path and your whole purpose and everything that you'd have to walk through to get to that achieved state, you probably wouldn't accept the mission. And so for me, it's like every full moon reveals another layer, reveals something more. And so let go of your expectations and allow the path to unfold organically. And then presence. This is all about staying present in the moment. And it takes a lot of mindfulness. It takes a lot of practice to stay present. And so you play the most vital role when it comes to all relationships in your life. And so there is something about stepping into your greater purpose. Maybe your greater purpose is bigger than you could ever realize or imagine, but stay present. Don't keep looking back at the past. When you look back at the past, you recreate a negative triggering cord, and what that will do is it will keep you stuck, it will keep you complacent, and it will keep you in a state of soul suppression and depression. When you overly worry about the future, because it hasn't happened yet, the future is actually the present moment, because all we have is right now. When we're overly concerned about the future, guys, this is what creates anxiety and stress. We can't control the future. We can't control other people. And we can't control the divine plan. And so really stay present in that relationship to yourself. I think that's a big message for all of us today. So I really hope this helped some of you. I hope it resonated. I look forward to seeing you all again next Thursday. I hope everybody has a great weekend. Thanks for showing up today, guys. I love you all. Have a great day, and I'll see you next week.